There's just something about 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon that puts a smile on my face. Number one, it's almost the weekend. And number two, that means it's time for the weekend preview. Welcome into the WJHL Digital Center. I'm Casey Marler as you're watching the weekend preview on WJHL Plus. Join now, first time ever on the weekend preview. Terry Craig in the house. Welcome, Terry.
Yeah, they went pretty deep in the bullpen to find me. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta, dust off the
That's
alarm
right.
to do
That's
to
right.
do the weekend preview.
Oh, no, no. Top of mind. And Jared Sellers also joins us again on this Friday afternoon. And for Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds, we'll start with Jared as we look ahead towards the weekend, Father's Day, many summer events, outdoor events. What can we expect weather-wise?
Well, guys, unfortunately, it's looking like we're going to get some showers this weekend. So, if you have any outdoor plans, I would likely probably at least probably may reschedule at least on your Father's Day into the morning hours. It won't be bad over the next couple of days, but Father's Day does look a little bit wet and a little bit concerned about some isolated flash flooding. So let's go ahead and at least show you what's currently going on right now. Pretty quiet for the most part. So if you're at least enjoying outdoor activities, you can do that. But you notice off towards our west at least this afternoon and evening. Thunderstorms already starting to come together just west of, I believe, I-75 right there in the middle portions of Tennessee, as well as into the more southern portions of Kentucky. So we will likely see some pop-up showers and thunderstorms today, and a better chance of actually storms comes later tonight, as it's looking like we could get a line of storms between 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. So, Kenzie, if you go ahead and go to the next graphic there, yes, once again, as a look at least at our radar, as showers are still ongoing across portions of central Kentucky as well as into more southern portions of or northern portions of central Tennessee. So I believe our graphic system is not running, Kenzie.
It's looking like the play button was not set to let me go through it.
I hit the play button, but it's all right. Well, it's playing now. So go ahead and go to the next graphic there. It should at least be able to go to the next graphic. There we go. All right. So this is the main concern of at least of what happened yesterday. So you don't see really a lot on here, but that those dark shaded areas of Greene and Carter County, as well as near the Telford area, well, they saw at least a few thunderstorms yesterday that produced closer to about 2 to 4 inches of rainfall in a short period of time. So those places actually did see some isolated flash flooding on some roadways. And that's going to be the main concern into this weekend, especially for our mountain counties that have already seen rainfall from yesterday. So here's a look at our future radar, some spotty showers and thunderstorms as we approach in towards at least the afternoon and evening hours tonight. Kenzie, you can go ahead and hit play on the go get a run there. And yes, we go later in towards tonight. This is what I'm concerned about. We could see a mesoscale convective system maybe potentially come together and produce at least some thunderstorms that could produce some damaging wind, but the severe threat overall is low tonight. But the main concern is for those low-lying areas that have already seen rainfall, at least yesterday and earlier this past week, especially this past weekend, where we could see at least more rainfall on the way. So get used to me saying it's going to rain this weekend because likely more showers even on the way for your Saturday afternoon and in towards your Saturday evening. So you can see there more thunderstorms start to come together closer towards about the noon hour. Could see a few strong storms. Once again, I would like to reiterate the severe threat is low, but the main concern is at least heavy rainfall within these thunderstorms. It's good. Some could pack between 2 to 4 inches in a short period of time on some small locations. So I want you to be aware of that. And that goes at least through Saturday evening. And then Sunday, well, pretty much the same story. We're going to be dealing with some showers and storms as well. Now, here's the severe weather outlook for tonight. Like I said, we could see a line of thunderstorms come in later tonight at about 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. for southeast Kentucky in towards southwest Virginia right there. They are under that marginal risk. That is a 1 out of 5 threat. The main concern is probably wind gusts up to about 40 to 50 miles per hour and flash flooding. So areas that are prone to flash flooding, low-lying areas, especially near creeks. I'm not expecting river flooding, but I could see at least some creeks that produced get closer to those roadways. But here's the flooding potential for tonight. If you watched this yesterday, I talked about how they probably will increase the flood threat pretty much regional wide for us going in towards the weekend. And this is towards tonight. This is a marginal risk. Yesterday, they only had the mountains of East Tennessee and Western North Carolina under that marginal risk, but overall now they have pretty much increased that throughout our entire region and most of Eastern Tennessee right there in Western North Carolina, Southwest Virginia, and Southeast Kentucky, and not much changing in towards tomorrow. Still under that marginal threat. I would not be surprised if they increase portions of the region, especially east of I-81, right there into a slight risk for potential flooding because those are the areas that have already seen abundance amount of rainfall over the past day or so. in at least a short period of time. So that's once again the flooding potential for tomorrow. Still low though. I want you to be aware that the flood potential is still low, but it can happen. We talked about it being low yesterday, and a few isolated spots saw some isolated flash flooding yesterday, and not much change on your Sunday. Still under that margin risk for some flooding potential. So yes, that is the main concern into the weekend. I want you to be aware of that. If you have ways to receive, you need to have ways to receive warnings, especially flash flood warnings. That is at least what I am watching at least this weekend. I will actually be working this weekend, so we'll keep you updated here if any of those flash flood warnings are issued. We did see one yesterday actually towards Grayson County, but once again, flooding is the main concern into this weekend. Kenzie, you can go ahead and go to the next graphic there. Rainfall totals as we go later on down the road. This is more regional wide. You're going to go hit play on that graphic, Kenzie, so we can see the run there. Still main concern is into the mountains of East Tennessee, Western North Carolina. I do think that's where the heavier rainfall will be, especially east of that, as the WPC has issued a slight risk for flooding just towards our north and east. But once again, this is just a regional base because we did see some thunderstorms yesterday produce about 2 to 4 inches of rainfall in a short period of time. I want you to be aware of that. But still, overall, I think most of the region sees at least an inch or 2 inches of rainfall as we head in towards the weekend and into early next week. So rainfall is in that forecast. Have that umbrella prepared, especially into the afternoon and evening hours. And here's a look actually at our evening planner. So a good chance of at least some pop-up storms this evening, but I do think at least most of the evening today won't be too bad. It's looking like most of the storm activity is off towards our west and off towards our east. The Saturday planner, it's going to be at least starting to get more wet in towards the afternoon and evening hours. Good chance of storms there. Highs will likely stay into the lower 80s. So I know it's Father's Day weekend. You probably want to go out with your father, maybe go out on the golf course or something like that. But it's looking like going to be a little bit wet if you're planning on scheduling a tee time pretty much across most of our region in towards tomorrow, as well as in towards your actually Father's Day. So go ahead and go to the next graphic of your Sunday right there. Yes, still rain showers in that forecast, a few thunderstorms as well. So I hope you're just getting used to me saying that rainfall in that forecast. I know you don't want to hear that. We saw rainfall last weekend. More rainfall is expected as we head in towards this weekend with isolated locations seeing a potential for some flash flooding. So be aware of that as it's looking like we could see some flash flooding into this weekend in isolated spots. But go ahead and go into the next graphic there, Kenzie. Tonight's forecast low at 66 degrees. There is a chance of storms mainly late tonight, probably after the midnight hour for southeast Kentucky and closer towards 1 to 2 for the Tri-Cities area. 50% chance of those showers. Winds, though, will be light, so it's not too bad. And lows will probably stay over the next several days into the mid-60s. But going in towards tomorrow, we're going to expect a forecast high of 84 degrees, 70% chance of those showers. Not everybody will see at least those rain showers tomorrow because it's going to be more pop-up thunderstorms across the region. Not going to be like that straight line of showers, but still a good chance of most of the region seeing at least a chance of some showers for tomorrow. And especially those areas that see that thunderstorm activity, then we will likely see a potentially some places seeing between 2 to 4 inches of rainfall in a short period of time, if not more than that. But I don't want to scare folks because that's not my job. I just want to inform you that the possibility of isolated flash flooding is there because we saw it yesterday, and it's a pretty similar pattern going in towards this evening, tonight, tomorrow, and in towards your Sunday. 80% chance of showers and storms for your Father's Day. Monday, still holding on to those rain chances pretty much once again into the PM afternoon hours and also in towards your Tuesday. We do see at least a chance of showers for your Wednesday and Thursday, but I think it's more scattered and isolated. And we might finally start to at least see some drier weather as we head in towards next weekend. I know that's still a little far out, but make sure you have that umbrella prepared not only this weekend for your Father's Day, but also into early next week as well.
You know, we're hoping for some better news, Jared. I mean, my first time on the weekend preview, and it's just like rain, rain, rain. Where's the sunshine?
Well, we'll get bits and pieces of sunshine, but unfortunately, it's going to be your typical summer pattern. We usually see this in the months of June and July of some showers into the afternoon and evening hours, thanks to at least a little bit of daytime heating. So just get used to the rainfall, at least over the next 3 or 4 days, and have make sure you have ways to receive warnings if we do get flash flood warnings, as well as just make sure you keep an umbrella handy because I know everybody probably wants to get outdoors and enjoy some time with their father this weekend.
Yeah, no doubt that won't be any yard work getting done on Father's Day with the rain. So it sounds like there's going to be a lot of snoring on the couch, watching television.
And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Exactly right. Every Sunday's Father's Day around our house. So, all right, Jared, thank you very much. for keeping us up to date. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you at what shows you got tonight.
All shows tonight.
All right, all Jared all the time here on the weather beginning at 4 o'clock. We'll be right back. Terry and I will break down the weekend events happening around the region. You're watching the Weekend Preview on WJHL Plus. Hey, welcome back inside the Digital Center. You are watching the Weekend Preview on WJHL Plus. I'm Casey Marler, joined this afternoon by Terry Craigs. Terry, welcome in. What do you think? Weather's in the books, and now it's our time to shine. Breaking down the list of events.
Yeah, I'm excited just looking at all the, great things that's going to be happening across Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia. Got a few things right here in Johnson City that we're going to be talking about. Some things that will be happening, frankly, in less than 2 hours, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fridays after 5. Going to be plenty of music. It says the Get Right Band, food, drinks, vendors. Obviously gets going 6:30 to 8:30. King Commons in Johnson City. I believe what Jared said. We might be able to miss those rain showers. It looked pretty good when I drove in here today, and hopefully it stays clear when the music's playing and everyone's out there having a good time.
It's such a great scene. All of the music. We're going to go through a bunch of them in several different communities in our region. It's just kind of a sign of the season. People outside in their lawn chairs. You got the food trucks or the wagons, food and drink, and people just enjoying the outside. And Fridays after 5 is right there in the center of it all.
And it's just a perfect place to hold a festival or get together. King Commons is just a welcoming area for everyone. So it's always a good time. I've only got a chance to go to one Fridays after 5, but obviously I do have a few planned this year. I won't be able to make it today. Obviously, I'll be here on News Channel 11 having a good time with all the viewers out there, but Fridays after 5, always a good time.
That's a great time. That's the hard part. I did the mornings all those years, too tired to go out.
Yeah.
I had 5 o'clock on Friday night, and now I'm working at 5 o'clock on Friday night. Also joined by Kenzie Haygood. Kenzie, are you there? Are you there
Yeah,
for
where's
us
Kenzie
today?
I'm
She,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, there she is.
I
Couple
told
we-
Sarah I'd only talk to her because she was by herself.
Oh, I see. I was gone that weekend, Kenzie.
You
so
were
I didn't
gone.
get the list of rules.
Yeah, you didn't. You sent me a text though.
I
with
did,
the date.
because I was so excited. I was off that weekend and I was watching on WJHL Plus, and all of a sudden Kenzie comes on, and I'm like, "Woo, Sarah." Yeah,
Kenzie was real chatty last week.
Yeah, that's right. We have that effect on people. She says, "You guys just take it from here." Happy League baseball going on in full swing. We're through our first week. A couple of teams at home this weekend. The Doughboys on the road. They're at Bluefield. Kingsport, though, playing some good baseball right off the bat. They host the Elizabethton Rough Riders Bowl today, or River Riders,
Yep.
rather. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Hopefully, they can get those games in. Always fun when two teams from our region get together.
Those are
For the
good.
Happy
Those
League.
are good. Those are good. And the Bristol State Liners, they're also going to be at home, but home for them will be in Johnson City. So obviously it's right across from the street. But the Appalachian League's always a good time. I mean, they usually have plenty of deals out there for fans as well. So you can't go wrong at whatever ballpark you go to, whether that's TVA Credit Union Ballpark ball game down there in Greenville or up in Kingsport. I got a few tickets to Kingsport as well, so I think I might head up there and see what they're about.
I was lucky enough to be a part of the traditional Appy League when they were combined with the Major League Baseball teams. And I was thinking about this the other day when I was driving by TVA Credit Union, early in the afternoon, long before a game started. But in those days, it was all about the baseball.
Yeah.
It was fans were invited to come in and watch these young professionals try to begin their climb towards Major League Baseball. Not a lot of promotion, not a lot of hype. It was really just you went there in hopes to see a star somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
The difference now is the quality of baseball is still really good, but it is more of a atmosphere like you would see it at Major League Baseball, professional sporting events.
Yeah.
It's about the ambiance. It's about Rocky the Bat Dog and the inflatables. It's about the promotions they have up in Kingsport and Greenville. And people have just taken to it, and it is much more of an event than it ever was.
And for the
when it was
baseball
yeah.
traditionalists, I mean, you're still seeing a lot of good names coming up through the Appy League.
Yes.
A lot of past names, because I want to say Vlad Guerrero maybe
Yes.
played in the Appy League, some other big names. So, yeah, you do get plenty of the promotions for the fans. I mean, obviously, they're all family-friendly events. Good place to go out, take the entire family. But for the baseball traditionalists, I mean, there's still a lot of big names that are coming up through the Appy League, making their way up to the ranks. So it's always good to, go out there to an Appy League game and see what's going on, of course.
Get out and check out an Appy League game near you. As I used to say back in my sporting days, Flyboys on the road this weekend as well. Yeah, and here's my challenge before we move on away from the Appalachian League and back into some of the music that's going on around the region. Get on the internet and check the rosters out. You will be amazed at where these players are coming from. Some local players, but you also have some Power 5 superstars that are coming in. And as our team, the College World Series starts today in Omaha. There are several players from teams that are playing in the College World Series this week for the next 2 weeks. And as soon as they're done there, they're going to be on Appy League rosters. And so you'll be able to see some college baseball players that are truly at the top of their game. Moving on, more music on the Square, a Friday afternoon tradition in Jonesboro going on this weekend. That is tonight from 7 to 9 in the heart of downtown Jonesboro. It is Amethyst Kia, a local superstar, will be performing on the courthouse steps tonight. Amethyst, obviously world-renowned and award-winning entertainer from right here in Johnson City, has been such a friend of the community despite her worldwide success, and now a chance to see her for free on the courthouse steps in Jonesboro tonight beginning at 7 o'clock.
Downtown Jonesboro is one of the best downtowns in our region. I recently moved, and I live, near the old Jonesboro Road, so I get to spend a little bit more time down there, and it's just a friendly, homey environment downtown. And one of my favorite food trucks in our region, Spanky's, serves Mexican-style food. They're going to be there as well. So anytime that you put the words music, free, because the going there's free, and downtown Jonesboro, put those three together, mix them up, you got me there.
It is, when I first got here, and I talk about just about every week, 2 decades ago, but you see it and you hear people as they come into the area. Don't realize places like Jonesboro still exist where they literally close the street down and everybody just puts their lawn chair right in the middle of Main Street, and they put a musician up on the courthouse steps and just play music, and everybody has a good time. Add some food, add some of the the drink there in downtown Jonesboro, and it's just a really nice, wholesome way to spend a Friday night.
Yeah, you just can't go wrong in that part of our area. I mean, as you said, just the homey environment, just closing down the streets, popping out a lawn chair. I mean, that's the community that you want to be in. And music on the square, it's always a good time.
Every Friday, 7 to 9 in the heart of downtown Jonesboro. They are fishing in Damascus. Maybe that's where Murray is this
I
weekend.
think so, because you know him and Chris McIntosh, they love themselves some outdoors.
They sure do. Last week was free fishing a weekend in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. It's Kids Fishing Day and a ribbon cutting for Blue Ridge Snorkel Trail. That's going on this weekend in Damascus. It begins early tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, runs till 1 o'clock. It's for ages 15 and under. It's at the town park by the gazebo. The ribbon cutting will be right there at 1 o'clock. So a chance to get out and love to see Damascus continue to rebound in Washington County after the flooding last year, and just another opportunity to celebrate all things Damascus in the outdoors going on this weekend there in Southwest Virginia.
Yeah, any opportunity to fish, please take it. It's actually been a while since I've been out on the water fishing. I want to say it's been a while. I mean, maybe even before I went to college. Now it's like 2017. So I have been itching to go out and fish. And now that the weather's better, and now we're obviously living in an area where there's plenty of bodies of water to go out and fish on. I have been kind of itching to go out to fish. When's the last time you've been fishing?
When I was a kid, I was
Really?
young, yes.
Really?
In my family, it's a little bit of a stain on the Marlar family name, and that they were all outdoorsmen, hunters, fishers. They went camping, and it must have skipped a generation because I never had the patience to fish. Yeah, Kenzie says she knows what I'm talking about. She loves the outdoors to get out there, but I would have to say that I'm supposed to relax, and I
Yeah.
know this is going to be hard for both of you to believe. I have a hard time just sitting and fishing.
No, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I need the action. But yeah, it is for those that do. There's not a better place in the country for my money than where we are, and they're getting young people active in the outdoors and angling there in Damascus, Virginia, this weekend.
And on to another event that's going to be happening in Bristol, Tennessee. The Grill and Chill with Dad. Of course, this weekend's Father's Day, I believe, on Sunday. Free event hosted by Parks and Recs up there. Inflatables, field games, hot dogs. Going to be happening tomorrow, 11 to 2 at Steel Creek Park. Can't go wrong with a little grilling, with a little barbecue, having a nice time with Dad. Honestly, if it were up to me, grill food, can't go wrong with the classic hot dog. And I like mine to be on the grill a little long. I don't mind a little char on my hot dog there.
Yeah, I had my eyes on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but maybe I might slip up there to Steel Creek Park,
Get
grab
yourself a
myself
hot
a dog.
dog.
I said,
There you
"Where's your
go.
family?" I'll say, "Trust me." I'll show them some family pictures and just have a hot dog and a good time. Yeah, Father's Day weekend this weekend. We have plans to golf this
Mhm.
weekend. I'm a little concerned about Jared's forecast, but yeah, you see it right there, 11 to 2, free, no registration, just come enjoy. And that'll be a great opportunity to get out and check out Steel Creek Park as well. They're one of our great parks here from around the region. Yeah, also coming up, we got plenty more music festivals, plenty more outdoor events going on this weekend as well. As I scroll through, you can find this list on our website, WJHL.com. Emily Hibbets puts the list together early on Friday morning. So the first thing when you wake up, Friday, WJHL.com. Make yourself a list of things to get out and enjoy. The Reggae Wine and Shine is going on this weekend, and that's in the parking lot in Johnson City. And I saw earlier today they
Yep.
were promoting that. Tennessee
Yep.
Hills Brewstillery.
Mhm.
This
Johnson
is
City.
this
Yep.
is the Johnson City facility. They're going to close off the parking lot, so they'll have parking around the area on the street and in other places there. And the celebration, the Wine and Reggae Festival, will be right there in the parking lot at the Brewstillery.
Yeah, and that part of Johnson City, obviously, with the West Walnut project in its closing stages, I mean that part of Johnson City is absolutely beautiful. I remember when I first moved here, obviously a lot of construction going on, and now more than 2 years later that I've been here now. It's looking absolutely beautiful over there. And then obviously going to be a good time. The reggae wine and shine. Can't go wrong with a little wine on a Saturday before Father's Day. That, of course, is going to be at the Tennessee Hills Distillery. Local vendors. Going to be a lot of reggae music. I like to listen to a little reggae music on my way in and out of work. Always a good time. So I think this, of course, is one of the many weekend events that we got going on this weekend, and another event that's going to be going on, another one at Bristol, or in Bristol, the Community Square Dance is going to be hosted by the birthplace of country music in Bristol Ballet. Open to all ages, no experience or partner required. Going to be tomorrow night, 7 Buford Street, Bristol, Virginia. Casey Marlowe, you got any dance moves?
You're not square dance moves. I'll tell you, it takes me back to my college days.
Really?
I was a wedding DJ in
Okay.
college, and in Nebraska, we have several small towns with ethnic heritage at the center. So it was very common to spend my Saturday nights spinning tunes while they square danced and polka and did
Yeah.
all those traditional dances. But, I never came out of the stand, so I don't have those smooth moves. But the fact of the matter is a great, unique way to spend with your family. Perhaps a wife, a girlfriend, boyfriend, a partner. I think to myself, what a fun way. We talk about daddy-daughter dances on
Mhm.
Father's Day weekend because very few people know the intricacies of square dancing and,
Yeah.
and swing your partner round and round. So they teach you that.
Yeah.
And just be it'd be a real unique way
Yeah.
to spend the weekend. And if it's put on by Bristol Ballet and the group there in Bristol, it's going to be well put together and it's going to be organized and just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and if you don't know any dance moves, this is the perfect time to go out and learn those dance moves. I tell you, if you go out to this event, you're going to be a much better dancer than when you win, and you're going to learn something new. So always it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. A place to have a good time and learn something new.
No doubt about it. You'll leave with a smile on your face, that's for sure. Why not finish with another music festival? This on Sunday. We go back to Jonesboro for Brews and Tunes, and it's in downtown Jonesboro. This is a Sunday afternoon, laid back evening, right there outside the Storytelling Center, and just another way to spend the evening.
Yeah, Brews and Tunes, obviously a good time. We had spoken about just how lovely it is in downtown Jonesboro, and this is just another event going on that's going to be a good time. You don't often see too many festivals happening on a Sunday night, so it's going to be a nice chill time in downtown Jonesboro.
Sure will. That's every Sunday. Also, 5 to 7. That's recurring throughout the fall and throughout the summer into early fall. That's
I
our
be-
list.
I believe we skipped over an event, guys.
Because that's what we
Skipped
do.
over
Just
one.
real quick, we accidentally skipped over Twilight Alive,
How did we skip over Twilight
Oh, yeah,
Alive?
down-
which will
Downtown
be
Kingsport.
Friday at 7 p.m. in Kingsport.
And that's why Kenzie's here. Because she's got to
Round of applause,
herd
round
the
of
cats.
applause.
She's got to keep us in line. Yeah, Twilight Alive series. That's in Kingsport. That's their weekly music
The
festival.
Model City.
And that is going on tonight as well. That starts at 7:00. And Jake Hoot is the musician for tonight. Food, drink, beer vendors are all there as well. So if you're in the Kingsport area, not to be remiss, a music festival for you, and that's also recurring throughout the summer.
Yeah, I love to venture up into the Model City. I'm a big fan of antiquing. That's the old soul in me. So I tend to venture up to the Model City because they have some fantastic antique stores. So Twilight Alive is a happening that I'm familiar with, but it's always a good time venturing up there to the Model City.
Got to Red, White, and Boom a couple years ago up in Kingsport. That's their 4th of July
Yeah.
celebration, their week of the Twilight Alive series, and had a great time. Still talk about that as a
And
family
Fun
today.
Fest coming up here soon too.
It
up there.
sure is. Just about a little less than a month away. So looking forward to that week there in Kingsport. So you may recognize Terry, obviously, from the news, also on WJHL Plus. He gets together with John Janko every week to talk a little NASCAR racing. What you guys talk about this week?
Preview in Mexico City. NASCAR is going global. First time that they've been going global in quite a long time. This is the first points-paying cup racing. Cup racing, obviously, the top level of NASCAR. First points-paying race outside of our country. So we previewed that one, and obviously in this upcoming episode, which drops Tuesday, we will recap all things Mexico City. So it's gonna be a fun weekend of sports and fun weekend of everything going on across the Tri-Cities and Southwest Virginia as well.
And you can catch Terry Craig and John Janko talking about NASCAR and racing in general. I want to say it is Tuesdays at 3 o'clock.
Yep, sir.
Tuesdays at 3 o'clock right here on WJHL Plus. That'll do it for this week's weekend preview. Terry, thanks for stepping in.
All right, it was fun. Had a good time with you, Casey.
Welcome anytime. And Kenzie, appreciate you as well. Punching the buttons, keeping us in line. For Jared Sellers, I'm Casey Marler, Terry Craig, Kenzie Haygood. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Friday right here at 3 o'clock on WJHL Plus for another edition of Weekend Preview. Have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day.